come along with us as we share with you how we built this gazebo on our new concrete patio. Hello, Sherry and Ed here to talk to you about our gazebo that we built here in our backyard. It is done, it is complete, it is a new room in our home, and we thought we'd share a little bit of the story with you. We'll show you some clips here of just how it all came together, and we'll do a complete tour of it. But first, we thought we'd just share with you the story.
Talk about the nuts and bolts.
Nuts and bolts, and there were a lot of them. But first, bringing this vision to life, because it's so important to bring visions to life in gardening, in your yard. Even if you have a balcony in a city apartment.
Even if you don't know what the vision is.
Yeah, it's to play with it. So this originally was, when we moved in here, it was just, there was a lot of land. We didn't have any fences up. We have a couple of acres here.
There was no homes. There was nothing between us and the next town.
Right.
You could see the mountains. You could see the trains, the lakes. Now there's suburbia out there.
Well,
not too bad.
But we still have our couple acres. We're just outside of Boulder, Colorado. For those of you that are new to the channel, we're in Zone 6A. And so this area, we had an above ground pool for many years when the kids were little. Ed, my sweet husband, put the pool in all by himself, remember?
Oh, yeah. So we buy this pool kit from Sears, when there used to be Sears Roebuck up in the store. We buy it, and then they go on vacation to California, and they get me a new puppy. That's the second time you did that.
I know.
Sammy, they gave me a puppy and this pool, so I had to go rent one of those little tractors and bobcat things. I didn't even know how to drive it. And yeah, I forgot all about that.
Yeah, so we got to come home from our vacation in California to a new pool. It was pretty awesome.
I was young and enthusiastic.
And we had that pool for maybe
17 years.
17 years, wow. But the pool was getting old.
Maybe 15 years.
Yeah.
Anyway, the pool was getting old.
Right.
The liner needed a liner, so about 2012, I was out in the field on a remote station working. So anyway, we took it down. It was leaking, so we took it down, and we still had the base, so we had all that sand. So we decided, well, let's have a fire pit. So we dug a hole, we put fire bricks around, and it became a really nice chairs. It became this really cool thing for our family. Our kids were young adults, and we had other family over-in-laws, and people come to visit. We would sit outside, watch the stars. It was really nice. My son would play his guitar. We would, sing. We would have fun.
Beautiful starry nights.
Beautiful starry nights for years, and then they moved out, and we got less and less that we would do it. We have a chimney now on the back porch, which is better for the two of us. So this became just a place where our new puppy, a litter box, our new puppy decided to do a racetrack around, and it just turned weeds.
It was just awful.
So we put so much time and energy, right, Sherry, into the garden. Sherry works.
And then there was just this pit. There's the coolest
dragonfly flying around. Yeah. And there he goes. He's cool. What else?
The vision came, so we looked at, the possibility of doing a pool, and an in-ground pool, but at the cost of $80,000 to $100,000, it just wasn't in the budget at all. And
and in Colorado, it's only good for like 3 months, because it does get as warm as it gets in the fall and spring. It's still not warm enough in the evenings. It's still cool. So the cost is not very
And we have a lot of trees here too, so the leaves and all of that. I mean, that was an issue with the other pool, and the trees are so much bigger now. These years later.
Yeah, so we came across this guy Rudy who does really incredible concrete. Last year did a job for us, and we put the idea in your head. Well, why don't we put a patio here? And then we were talking, and what do you want to do with the patio? Well, do you want to put a what? We said a pergola.
Right.
We talked about some other things, and then we had in a brochure from Costco. This was on sale for like $800 off.
And I really liked the round shape of I wanted to make it round. I just didn't want. I'm not a square kind of person. Even though our garden.
No, man, she's cool, man.
Yeah.
She's no
I'm not
square,
square.
no square, man.
And I love the octagon of the shape of this.
Hex, oct is 8. Sherry.
What is it?
Hex.
Hex.
Oct is 8. It's okay. It's
All
okay.
right,
Sorry,
whatever.
not to correct you
I
on
just
national television.
I liked the shape of it.
It
You know
wasn't
what I'm
square.
saying? Yeah. So we decided to do that. So Rudy came and did the patio, which we showed, and we'll put a link to that in the description below, of pouring actually this patio and stamping it, which I just love it. It's like a tile floor. And then it was up to us to put the gazebo up. So the day that we were able to come together to do that, there was a great plant sale going on. I had to go. Well, what could I do? So I was supposed to be helping Ed, and he shocked me because I came home and he had all the posts up. And maybe share a little bit about how you did that. And
Well, it was like a 2-month process because we had to buy it on sale, so it had to get delivered. He shows up with this huge pallet. We had to put it out in front of the house
I loved that
because we
part.
couldn't get. It weighed like 800
our
pounds
front porch.
on this porch, so it sat there for a while because we couldn't get the concrete lined up to do that. So I was enthusiastic about getting it done, and the weather with the thunderstorms, I had set up the camera, got all ready to go, and then she, the brain only works so many things, and she left to go to the plants, and I forgot to turn the camera on, so because it was way cool. I had pre-assembled the sections, some of the sections in the garage. It was there for 3 weeks, it's pre-assembled. So I had laid them all out. I laid the 3 out, and then the cross beams. So I laid them out, and then approximately. And so when I brought it up like this, I bungee corded it to a ladder, and then I got another one up and bungee corded it to another ladder, and then put the one cross member on, which gave us 3 sides. I said, wow, that was pretty easy. That was just the thought that I had that morning on how to do it because she was gone.
Yeah, and I was shocked because I came home and it was up.
Yeah, it wasn't in the right place,
posts
and it
were
was
up
still a
in
little
the- in
funky.
that top beam, yeah.
Yeah, so then we were she was able to help me, and we put all the bolts in, and then the biggest thing was measuring and getting your dimensions the same in the book.
Let's talk about what really the big thing was. The big thing was me getting up on the ladder.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like ladders. I don't like heights, but I did it, didn't I?
Yeah,
I
she was a trooper. She was a trooper. She was putting the bolt in like this, hanging out to the ladder. Oh, okay, I can do it.
Holding on for dear life, yeah. You'll see that
But we got it.
in the video.
It was fun. It was good for us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was good for us. So, and there was many pieces, many parts, but it was a really good thing to do together. I enjoyed that so much.
Yeah, and one of the things in the instructions you get, there's different places you could get to, where you could say, okay, we're going to work to this point, we're going to work to that point. And in this build, living where we had to do, they had the assembly put all together, which would have been cool on a concrete thing because then you can kick it all around. And then at the last step was to bolt it, anchor it to the concrete. Well, we had to do it the other way, a little differently, because we got to a place where there was just the basic frame of it on. Then we had to anchor it because of the windstorms that we had that week, all daily, evening. They were just incredible. So if we didn't do that, we couldn't build it because it would never have made it. It would have ended up in the next 3 acres over there. It was incredibly powerful storms that we had, even during the day. And then it was so hot as it is today that you can only work on it till about 11 o'clock as the sun comes over, and then you can't touch the aluminum on it. So, but once it's up now, it's way cool under here. when the sun is up, but you
It's
couldn't
it's
build
like
it.
a whole room. It is. It's a room out here that we didn't have before. And one of the things we're going to be getting, we ordered some mosquito net curtains, which we had a little bit of an issue around getting.
Should I talk about that?
Quickly?
30
Yeah.
seconds.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a Costco, it's a Sunjoy product sold by Costco. When manufacturers make something for Costco, they make it for Costco. So when you go to a Sunjoy's website, this product is not on the website. Something looks like this, but this is actually 6 inches smaller. Didn't realize when we did it, got it from Costco. Costco, so we went to buy mosquito netting for it, which on the Sunjoy website, they have it, but not for this product. They don't make it for this product because they're a little smaller. Costco and Sunjoy can't help us. Both of you companies, we've talked to you many times. I don't know what to say. I'm disappointed. This is the second time with
Yeah.
Costco, another manufacturer. When they make stuff for Costco, it's just through Costco, so you can't go to them, and they don't have any support system for it.
So we went to Amazon. What do? You go to Amazon, and so they're coming in. Hopefully they'll work. We're gonna have to play with them a little bit because the sizing's different. So we may have to cut some, but put some ropes on the inside, so you can't really see it, and then they'll drape to the side.
Yeah, it looks like there's a spot you could run one big long rope,
Right.
tighten it up, and then the curtains are 100 inches wide, two of them 50 inches, so they'll have nice bunches. We can make it. Sherry will come up with some really nice, cool way of doing it, and then it'll look draping maybe, but it's not what shows.
But
It'd be
what
different.
The importance is both for
It'd
the
be nice.
mosquitoes, and it's a blackish color so that it will, or gray. I guess it's more of a gray.
Yeah.
So that, because what it does happen here in the afternoon, this gets hit with some pretty heavy, because this is
For about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So when the sun gets down, it's smoking here.
blast in here. So we're hoping that will bring that down too,
Yeah.
and help with those little mosquitoes at night.
Yeah.
Big mosquitoes.
Big,
Okay.
for about an hour.
So much thanks to my wonderful husband.
Sherry's idea. It's a team effort, but you don't know because it sat here. It looked like just I don't know, like
Like it was
like
gonna
it's just
be,
I was embarrassed by it. We just like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? When we couldn't come to anything, and I'm sure everybody out there, some people out there have a spot in their yard or in their home where you're just, we just don't know what to do with it. Well, something will come up, right?
Something will come up, and I think
patient.
the important thing is to keep talking about it, because if you just try to avoid it, to ignore it, it doesn't work.
Yeah, we had many marital conversations, if you know what I mean, about what to do with this, and it just, if it wasn't for the concrete work of last year, which sparked a little bit to simmer over the winter
Right.
about it, and then the getting the Costco brochure with the sale item, it just kind of, we went, hey, why don't we try this? And then we sat and talked about it. We drew something up. We kind of talked about it. We came on the same page. We kind of worked together. It was really nice.
It was awesome.
Turned
And
out really
now
nice.
We have just this beautiful spot in our yard that, again, we had some friends come over, and the one friend asked, "Did you guys move your garden?" And I'll show you. We'll give you a little tour of how it all comes together. But we're like, no, it just brought them together so much. And
Like we were talking, like when we moved here, there was nothing here. We had bought this home in 1990. We moved in January 1st, 93, and there was, where we were sitting, there was just a fence here, and this was all horse country. There was
Property
nothing.
here.
There was
Yeah,
no
we have a
homes
couple
behind us.
acres
There was
here.
nothing. Forever, we were lucky to have got a Sherry. We saw it, an ad in the Daily Camera about this house, and we were looking for pumpkins. And Sherry said, "Hey, let's go look at this place."
still like at this place.
I was like, "Yeah, I went out for 2 pumpkins. I came home with a house." And that's exactly what happened. It was a Sunday afternoon, and there's a book about that situation. But
yeah.
here we are, all the
And
concrete
it was funny
beds.
we had just remodeled part of that the house we were living in at the time, but even
It was suburbia.
our daughter was born, our second child, and we knew that it was just too small. And I guess that's the other thing too about visions, right? Like sometimes life just happens in ways that you've got to go with it. And buying this house and moving here it was tight on us and it was hard on us, but man, it was the best thing we ever did.
Yeah, that morning that we moved in, January 1st, I was crying. I was in the house. The house was, we put hundreds of thousands of dollars and so many hours into the old house, and I was
Yeah, this
crying.
house
I was
was- it was-
broke. We were
yeah.
broke. We had two homes.
And this house was beat. It was
Beat.
beat.
It was
Lot
beat.
Lot of
It was-
elbow
oh,
grease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was built in '72 for $22,000 with the land. There's 2 acres, and it was talking to the old neighbors. It was quite a cool place to live out in the county, and but it just is. And so people out there, sometimes take a risk.
Yeah.
Right?
Right on. So with that, we will show you how it all came together. We will give you a tour of the garden, how the garden and this fits together. And we just thank you for being here with us. And we feel so grateful to be able to share this with you and share it with family, friends, etc. over the months. I mean, I'm just excited about the fun dinner parties we can have.
Yeah, it's cool. And if you like us, subscribe and like.
Yeah,
We're pretty cool.
Please,
We're
do that.
normal.
Yeah, and comment. Let us know what you think, and
Give us some ideas.
yeah, because your comments make all the difference to us. And with that, we'll head over to give you a complete tour, and you can see all angles of the gazebo. Thanks, Eddie.
Sure. See you.
And here is the finished gazebo. Thought I would just take a few minutes to show you it from a few different angles. It's just come out so well, and we were debating whether to put the couch in there or the table, and we're delighted with the table. Looking up into the gazebo, we actually put a little disco ball up there. There's a hook at the very top that was part of it to keep the cap of it on. So we thought, what would be there better than a disco ball that is solar driven? And we'll show you a little bit of the solar lights as the last part of this view of our gazebo for this week. And how the gazebo sits, there's my she shed within our garden and backyard. The lights come on about dusk every night because, again, they're all solar lights. And just as it starts to get dark, different lights come on. You can actually see there's flower ones that I got from Amazon, and I'll put the link below, but they're really cool. I just love them. Again, totally solar. And then up above our disco ball that I was sharing with you, it's just starting to light up. And depending on how much sun we get in a given day will depend on how much that gives. Because you can see right there, there's where that light comes through at the top of the gazebo. Maybe I'll step back here a little bit and you can see it right there. So it does get some light. So depending on how much light it gets through there during the day is how much light the disco ball will have, because again, it's all set up for totally solar, as are all the lights in the garden that actually take on a whole new look at night. And I don't know if you have any solar lights in your garden, but my goodness, they just add just a little extra amount of whimsy. And here is how the gazebo, what you see from the gazebo into the garden, and how it's just really connected these two parts of the yard together. I'm going to do a little short about the before and after, so keep an eye out for that. But yeah, so here's the garden at night, or at dusk more than anything, just really coming to life with little tea lights. There's tea lights and then other lights. Again, most everything gotten off of Amazon to guide us in the garden at nighttime. Do you have lights? I would love to hear in the comments if you have solar lights in your garden at night. Those are tea lights right there. And just spin around a little bit to see. Oh, I love these little fairy ball lights too. Again, all these will be linked below, and have them there for you. And I'm hoping as this comes out, it's Prime Day and maybe there's some good deals going on. But then I thought we'd just look back towards the gazebo one last time. Thanks for growing with us. And we will see you next time. And in the meantime, be sure to like, comment, let us know what really resonated for you in this video. And then, of course, be sure to subscribe at no cost to you and be updated when we have new videos up to play.